my name's Matt and I'm a professional teacher from England. I'm originally from Manchester, but nowadays I live in Colombia. So I've been teaching on Italki since the end of 2015 and I've really enjoyed the experience so far. I've taught over 1,700 lessons, so I'm closing in on 2,000 already, and I've got like 200, or I've had 250 students, and the vast majority of those were for IELTS. And nowadays they're living in countries around the world like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, because they were successful and then they were able to achieve their dreams. I also have a course of conversational English, which is perfect if you want to practice your fluency. So this course will allow you to improve your confidence and just learn how to speak about a range of different topics. So I'm going to make a different video about conversational English, but for the rest of this video I'll probably be talking mainly about IELTS. I have a professional qualification, which is called a CELTA. It's from Cambridge University and I received a Pass A. Pass A is the highest score that you can possibly get, and only like 1 to 2% of the people who take the course get it. So you might find other teachers on Italki who have a CELTA, but it's very, very unlikely that they'll have a Pass A, and if they did, they would probably mention it. So now I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should pick me as your IELTS teacher. So firstly, I'm a writing and speaking specialist. This is really important because this is the part of the exam that people struggle on the most. So I can really help you improve your writing and speaking scores, and a lot of my students have managed to receive like band 7, 7.5 or 8 by following my methods. So with writing, I have like structured answers, I have like model answers that you can follow, and I have like a simple to follow structure that will allow you to answer the questions in the way that you have to. And all of my classes are related to the marking criteria, so you know that the advice that I'm giving you is only going to be related to this. This is the only thing that's important in the IELTS, is whether you follow the marking criteria or not. So you could have the best English in the world, but if you don't follow the marking criteria, it's going to be impossible to score over band 7. So that's the main focus of my classes. So the second very important thing about my classes is I have a learning plan. So on the internet there's lots of IELTS information, and you might be wondering like what to follow and what to do. So my main job, and I will do this in your trial class or in your first class, is to develop a learning plan for you to tell you exactly exactly the band score you're at the moment and what you need to do to get to your desired band score. So whether you need to go from 5 to 6, from 6.5 to 7, or from 8 to 8.5, I have the tips that will help you get there. So I've already had some learning plans that I've put together for my other students, and I can replicate them for you. Or if you want something that's completely personalised, that's also possible too. I'm a very flexible teacher, so whatever you're looking for, just send me a message and we'll discuss how to put this plan together. And if you want to discuss it further, then feel free to book a trial class. So the third reason is that I have a really positive attitude. So preparing for IELTS is quite a difficult process, and for some people they pass it first time, like without any problems at all. But for the majority of people it will take them a few classes, maybe like 1 or 2 exams to get there. And I have some students who I receive who have like maybe taken the exam like 3 or 4 times before, and they're feeling a little bit down because they think they're never going to be able to pass it. With these people, like the positive attitude is really, really important, because as you say, like especially if you're working or if you're a student and you're trying to study for IELTS at the same time, you don't want to come to the class with a miserable teacher. And I can guarantee you that I'll have a smile on my face every day. I'm pretty much always happy. So I think that's a really, really key point why you should choose me. Okay, so the fourth thing is that I'm a really, really honest person. So especially during your trial class, but also at all points during your IELTS preparation, you're going to want a teacher who is honest with you. So some teachers, they will tell you, oh, you're doing really well, like you're already at the level that you need to be at, just because they think that this will make you want to take lessons with them. But I try to be very honest with people because like the IELTS exam is very expensive. It costs like $200 to $300, and it's better for you to know exactly when you're ready to take the exam. So in your trial class, I will give you an assessment of your current level, and that can be for either speaking, writing, or both. And then as you're progressing through the classes, I will give you feedback about like how you're progressing, whether you're going at the speed that you need to go at. And if you tell me your exam date, I will make sure that you're ready for that date. So sometimes it's telling people that they're not working hard enough, and other times it's telling people that they're working too hard and stressing themselves out. But whichever way around it is, you know that I'm going to be honest with you, and I think that's really, really important. The final thing is that my classes are really good value for money. Especially when you compare it to going to an institute where you may only get like 1 or 2 minutes to speak during your speaking class, and they're just going to be giving you advice. I can give you this same advice, but also allow you like 30 or 45 minutes to put it into a practice with a native teacher. It's the same thing with the speaking. Like, you might give your teacher like some writing to correct, and they'll give you like 1 or 2 ideas about how you could improve it. Like, literally, if you want to spend 30 minutes or an hour talking about your writing and how you can improve it, like, I'm quite happy to do that. So I have a lot of free materials as well, and I'm quite happy to share them with you. So you can receive them one by one, you can receive them like all at once if you really want to. It doesn't make a difference to me, but I'm quite happy to share them, and that's all included in the price. And the final thing that I would say related to price is the packages. So a lot of teachers will have like 10 or 20 class packages, and I've decided to go for 5 class packages because I think it's more convenient for the student, and it's more convenient for me because it's not such a big outlay in the first place. So I think that's like a great option for you too. So I'd like to say thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, and if not, feel free to book your first class or your first trial class.